Thank you for allowing me to speak with you for a few moments about Epicurus. If you are like me, you have asked yourself many times, where did this world come from? How do I know that anything is true? How should I live? How can I deal with death? Let me tell you why I think Epicurus has so much to offer on questions like these. Religions and other philosophies have told us in 100 different ways that because we have not seen everything, we can say nothing with confidence about anything. They say that because we do not know everything, it is not possible for us to know anything. And even though these men tell us that truth is impossible to find, they say that we should take on faith without any proof that what they tell us is true. Epicurus gives us very different advice, and he tells us that much knowledge is possible if we will simply look in the right place. Epicurus tells us that we should not look for truth from the syllogisms of philosophers or from the revelations of priests, but from the faculties that nature herself has given us for learning about the real world. Epicurus tells us that these faculties are the five senses, the feelings of pain and pleasure, and the preconceptual faculty he called the anticipations, and that unless our reasoning is grounded in these, all our logic is worse than worthless. Epicurus tells us that we should not consider pleasure to be evil, but rather that pleasure is nature's divine guide to life. He tells us that pleasure comes to us as our birthright, free from the corruption of false philosophy and false religion. When we ask where the world came from, Epicurus tells us to look to the senses and see that nothing is ever created from nothing or destroyed to nothing. This, he tells us, shows us that the elements of the universe have always existed and will always exist, free from the whims of any gods. When we ask how to live, Epicurus tells us that pleasure and pain give firm standards that do not depend on empty words like virtue or good or evil. Such words, Epicurus tells us, have only the arbitrary meaning that men give to them, while pleasure and pain bear the authority of nature herself. When we ask how to face death, Epicurus tells us that we are wrong to think that we need to live forever. Our minds, Epicurus tells us, can grasp that variety is not the same as completeness, and that if we are wise, we can live full lives in the time that nature allows. And when our own time to die finally comes, Epicurus shows us that we can face death contentedly, knowing that we have experienced the fullness of pleasure and have no need for regret. As for me, I continue to study Epicurus, and every day I grow more convinced how wise he was. I hope that just as in Epicurus's own garden in the Athens of so many years ago, you too will not only study his philosophy for yourself, but you will work to spread Epicurus's wisdom to a new generation of friends across the world. I wish peace and safety to you all, and in the language of the gods of the Epicureans, I say to nature and to you, Hereste que ebdemanite.